Hello again. So I'm up here on Buckton Hill, triangulation point here, obviously put in before the trees were planted because you can't actually use it, can't see anything from here. But we've got Sidmouth just over there, Sidbury's just over there. This hill runs parallel with Harkham Hill over here. This path isn't trodden so much this time of year, so it's not so muddy. It's a bit overcast today. There are some blue patches, but it's a bit of a breeze around, a bit chilly. But we'll see what'll happen. We might get a shot or two. I got one maybe in mind. But there's a few scenes I'd like to explore. Not necessarily to be photographed today, but just to see what they would look like. Last time I was out here was about a week ago, and I saw a couple of scenes that I hadn't noticed before, so I'd like to investigate them. But I don't think I'll be doing any editing or anything like I did in my last video. That ended up a really long video, and I think I'd like to keep these kind of bite-sized, just more, as I said in the beginning, just documenting my walks rather than being photography tutorials. So let's crack on and see what we find. There's some nice trees along here, really interesting, where obviously it was originally a hedgerow, but I don't know if you can see them here, but I don't know how well they're photographed, certainly not in this kind of light, which is a shame. But let's just enjoy a walk, shall we? So I was just walking along, and many times I said, you know, keep an eye out behind you, and this was a good case of me walking along and just taking a glance behind, because I saw this little scene and I just want to show you how I'm going to shoot it. So this is the scene that I'm on about. It is a pathway, and I've always said if you're shooting a pathway it needs to lead somewhere, and in this case there's some gorse flowering. So I'm just going to zoom right in here and cut out the sky. Now I quite like that path there leading into it. I think although there's not a lot of interest into the bottom and the side here, there is a shot here. I like that tree there. So I'm just going to actually focus in on these branches here, because I think that's one of the most interesting points here. Now I've got my focusing ring on today, so hopefully I can get it slightly better focused. It's very difficult. This isn't a very good lens. I really need to upgrade, but I just can't afford it at this moment in time. It will have to do. So I'm shooting at f8. Perfectly happy with that. It's cloudy today. I need to set it on the 2-second timer. There we go. I do like the way this path is blurry at the front. I could exaggerate that even further by dropping the aperture down. But what I'll do is I'll take a shot now. And that's my shot. But what I'll also do is I'll drop this aperture right down. F5 is the closest I can go, lowest I can go. And just make sure I'm not blowing out any highlights. Just check that the focus is still the same. Okay, there we go. And 2-second timer. And there's the shot. Slightly a bit more blurred out at the front maybe. Can't really tell until I get home. But I think that makes for an interesting scene. Highlights are a little bit blown out. But it's so minor, I'm not going to worry about that. The rest of the scene is captured perfectly. So let's have a look at that. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shoot some shots. I'm just going to do handheld, I think, on the way home. I've already got a couple of shots or one shot. I don't know how they turned out. I'll post them up at the end if there's anything decent. If not, it doesn't matter, does it? But if you like and subscribe, all that stuff that YouTube requires, or well, I require anyway. But until next time, take care.